Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Junkstang build. It has been a little bit since I made a video, and I'll be honest with you, the main reason for that is because I am not looking forward to this part. The sanding on this car is not fun. Bodywork in general turns out is not a great time, but I have already begun. So the fender is just about done and ready for prime. Back here, the sail panel is just about done. There is a couple spots where I guess the previous guy got some runs, I don't know, but under here is just about ready. Basically what I'm doing here is I had to sand this down to bare metal because there's a little bit of rust. I am going to wet sand from the back of the car just on this top piece here, about this line, all the way up to the door. I'm going to use some fine sandpaper for that. I will have to use some obviously some etching primer, and then maybe some high fill, because there's a couple little divots in here from, I guess, the rust, but not a big deal. The fender is not too bad. The fender's not too bad. Obviously I had to take it down to bare metal in a few spots. I was told I should take the whole fender down to bare metal simply because of what the previous paint was doing, but as I was working with it, I truly believe the reason it looks so bad is because the previous owner, or I should say the previous owner, the guy who tried to originally do some repairs on this thing, went to Walmart and got some spray can clear, and it just didn't work. The door here, same thing. I'm not sure what they were doing there, but there's a big glow spot there, and you can kind of see the discoloration from some previous Bondo work. So I may have to play with that a little bit. This is not going to be a perfectionist job. I'm hoping it does turn out good and look good. That is the ultimate goal here, but it's not going to be perfect. The car is not perfect. I hope that, when it's done, it looks fantastic on this here camera, but it's not going to be a show car. Never intended to be. The hood, the bottom of the hood here is all I got left. Just going to not wet sand, but just going to sand that down with some 220, and then it'll be ready for some sealer. This is still got the gel coat from when it was new. The underside has already been sanded. It's basically ready to go. Obviously I'll be painting the bottom first. Over here on this fender, again, we're going to go down to about this line. Some 1500 grit wet sandpaper, and then we'll blend that with the rest of the hood and the fender. So the goal for today's video, for the most part, is to have it ready for paint. Obviously when you spray the sealer, you got to spray that, then the base coat, then the clear coat. So I won't do that until, I don't know, a week or two from now. That'll all be one video. This one, I will be doing some of the prime, maybe a little bit of the wet sanding. I don't know. I may do some of it off camera because, like I said, it's not exactly the most entertaining thing to watch. I am going to be using some of this stuff, some of the etch primer on some of the bare metal spots, and then some of this high build primer on the entire fender, the sail panel, and then a little bit on that bare metal spot back there on the quarter. It is a spray can. I'm not using a paint gun for this, mainly because I didn't intend to paint I didn't intend to prime the whole fender. But as I'm digging into it, I think it's the best option. This was 20 bucks for a can. It should be good. So let's get busy with that and see how far we get. Got the car out. I'm holding this thing in my hand because the microphone that I bought, that I've been using for the past 15 episodes, is not recognizing. You may have noticed in the last video, if you watched it, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. But if you noticed in the last video, the audio kind of sucked, and I thought it was just a loose connection. However, now when I go into the menu, it doesn't even recognize it. So, sorry. Anyway, we got the car out, got it all taped up. Got it all taped up. Gonna tack rag it down and give it a quick spray. So, let's see how this goes. All right, we've given it some time to dry. It came out pretty good, you know, especially considering we was using a spray bomb, but there was one little hiccup right there. A bug or a leaf or something landed in it. We'll fix that when it all dries and we go to do the final wet sanding. Back here, this was real simple, came out all right. And then we got the sail panel already painted up. So everything came out good. All we got left to do now is some wet sanding, and then we're ready for paint. All right, guys, that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. We got quite a bit done. I still have quite a bit left to do. I'm gonna do the rest of the wet sanding off camera. Like I said, it's not fun to watch, so we'll get that done. So the next video you will see will be the paint job. That's good. That's gonna be fun. Some things coming up. We are tossing around the idea of doing some Model T videos. If you've watched these, you may have seen them in the background. May interest you, may not, but look out for those. If you like this video, hit that like button below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Lots of content coming, and I hope you look forward to it. I know I do. Until next time.